female lead was so much more compatible with the male lead than the second male lead. Did we watch the same thing? I'm so confused. Did we watch the same drama? Does this hairstyle make me look like a Korea boo? Hey guys, it's Angela. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that we can become besties. Hello. This would literally be a visual representation of what would be the moment you hit the subscribe button. New year, new you. If you haven't subscribed yet, I will be so understanding as to wait for you to better yourself by subscribing. And while you're there, you should like this video and follow my Instagram. Hello! Anyway, since this year's coming to an end, or the new year has already started, depending on how fast I edit this video, I thought that it would be a really fun idea to talk about my actually controversial K-drama opinions of 2024. I did make this list not tame. Like, I think this is actually controversial. There's not that many on this list either, because I don't think I have that many takes that are that controversial. Like, if I have that many controversial opinions, then I might be the one in the wrong. But if you disagree with my opinion, you should like this video, because that's exactly what you came here for. You read the title, you look for actual controversial opinions, and I provided it. So you should like this video. And if you actually agree with my video, you should like this video, because now we're in solidarity and you found somebody who's just like you. Well, or at least I hope these are controversial, because whenever I say these or I put these in like the little comments, a lot of people don't like it. So if you guys are seeing this and you're like, that's not controversial at all. In my personal experience, whenever I talk about these things, people want to put hands and feet on me. So in my experience, these are controversial. This is one of those videos you would watch while like cleaning the dishes or cleaning your room if your room's not that messy. I will edit this video for the sake of my besties who are actually watching the video. This is definitely one of those videos you would have in the background, I feel, in my personal opinion. Or maybe my attention span is just messed up now, but I don't know. Some of these are just about K-dramas in general, while some of these are about specific dramas. So with that being said, I can't really remember the most pivotal points in certain dramas, so this is just your spoiler warning just in case. I'm gonna kind of go through these pretty fast, so if I'm talking about a drama that you don't really know about, it'll only take me like a minute or two before I move on to the next drama, and hopefully that drama will be something that you know. Starting off strong. Oh guys, I'm scared.
Hey everyone. I'm already crying.
I do not, and I'll say it again, I do not think that Perfect Revenge Marriage was better than Marry My Husband. And I don't know why this take is controversial. I feel like Marry My Husband was so much better when it comes to plot, character, plot twist, and depth of the overall story. I feel like a lot of people like the Perfect Revenge Marriage a lot just because it just kind of gives you everything that you want. Like, it goes exactly how you want it to go. But it's because that very same reason that I think it's not as good as Marry My Husband. Perfect Revenge Marriage was super linear. I knew exactly when something was gonna happen the moment it was gonna happen. Nothing shocked me about it. There are no necessary like plot twists in it. Even the plot twists were just kind of lackluster. They didn't really like give the oomph to the story. And now I'm over here sounding like a thorough analysis, like, well, actually, and I get it, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but I feel like there's a difference between like personal opinion and like actual like writing of a story. The characters in the Perfect Revenge Marriage don't have any depth to them. They're very linear. They all act exactly how you would think they would act based off of their initial introduction. Meanwhile, when you have Marry My Husband, every single character, almost every single character, is like complex beyond just like their surface level characters. I could go on a whole tangent about Sumin alone, who was the villain in Marry My Husband. I could go on for ages just about her character alone. The writing is simply just better. Like, that's literally it. It actually blows my mind that people can see both of them together and say Marry My Husband was such a letdown, Perfect Revenge Marriage was so much better, and it had so much more plot twist and depth compared to Marry My Husband. I feel like Perfect Revenge Marriage was one of those dramas that would have like 40 episodes all being released like every weekday. Like, you know, like those dramas that have like 40 to like 100 episodes, and each episode is just like plot twist after plot twist after plot twist, but it's so dramatic that it's almost comedic. And it's like the woman throws the money down the table and she's like, leave my son, you're not worth him. That's how Perfect Revenge Marriage was. And I'm not saying it was bad, like I enjoyed it. In fact, I even rewatched it this year. But it's just typical. Compared to Marry My Husband, are we watching the same things right now? I don't think that should be controversial, but every single time I've said this, apparently it's a controversial topic. Apparently, tomatoes, the public hates me when I say that. My second unpopular opinion is that Cha Eun Woo can act. And like, I'm gonna even take it a step further and say that Cha Eun Woo been knowing how to act. Yeah, now we're getting real controversial. I feel like he used to just get typecasted a lot for like the handsome, face card giving, quiet male lead. But if you actually read the manhwas that his characters were inspired, for instance, for like True Beauty and My Ideas Gangnam Beauty, for both of them, if you read those manhwas, you would know that the male leads in those acted exactly how Cha Eun Woo acted in the actual drama. They didn't say much. They didn't express much. They didn't really do much, to be honest with you. So when he acts in those characters, people automatically say that he can't act, even though that's the whole dynamic of that character. And I feel like they did put him into those roles when he debuted as an actor because they didn't know if he could act yet, and they already spent a lot of money on getting him into the drama. So they didn't want to like risk it by throwing him into something that he couldn't actually perform well in. So it makes sense that he got those stoic roles with no expression. But even if you look at his dramas that came out back then, his characters were fine. They were nothing like award winning or anything like that, but they weren't to the point where you would say that he couldn't act. But taking this a step further, I would actually say that he's a good actor. Not even just like a mid actor, like a good actor. I think the problem is that everybody who watches his dramas watches more popular dramas, like again, My Ideas Gangnam Beauty or True Beauty, which are some of his most popular dramas. And then unfortunately, all those characters act the same because again, he got typecasted into those characters. But if you actually look at his dramas where he's not playing those kinds of roles, he acts really well, despite the fact that he's serving face card 24/7. Like he can act on top of it. And I wish that people would actually go watch his less popular dramas and see that he can act. But people stay in the comments talking about Cha Eun Woo can't act. Unpopular opinion, Cha Eun Woo can't act. Like that's the most popular opinion out there, and it's wrong. It's wrong. You can argue and say that he's not the best actor, fine. But like to say that he's a bad actor, I think you're pushing it a little bit. Third unpopular opinion, and this might hurt a lot of y'all. The second male lead does not deserve the female lead just because he loves and cares about her. And I'm gonna put this into a more hypothetical situation or put you into another anecdotal situation so that you can understand and you can pick up what I'm putting down. In real life, does that make any sense? That a woman should give a guy a chance just because he cares about her? And now I'm gonna take it a step further, because if y'all didn't get it there, I'm gonna take it a step further. What if that man was not conventionally attractive? What if that man looked like your left toe? Or your pinky toe with no nail on it? What if that's how that man looked? And everybody was getting mad at you and telling you that you should give him a chance because he loves and cares about you. That ugly thing of a man that crawled onto earth, hypothetically. Yeah, you wouldn't like that, would you? I think what makes this even worse is that a lot of the times, the actual male lead, not the second male lead, the actual male lead is actually even more compatible with the female lead than the second male lead. But because people feel bad for the second male lead, they automatically push the second male lead to be with the female lead just because he loved and supported her, despite the fact that 90% of the time, the actual male lead also loves and supports her and even goes even further. And their connection is even stronger. You know why? Because she actually likes him back. One controversial drama that we'll bring in here, even though it's not from 2024, I don't even think it's from 2022. I think it came out in 2020. True Beauty, yep, we bring them back. Sojun and Suo. Yeah, let's really get into it. The female lead was better with Suo than Sojun. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. Again, I'm not Korean. I might look like a Korean boo today, but I'm not Korean. The female lead was so much more compatible with the male lead than the second male lead. Did we watch the same thing? I'm so confused. Did we watch the same drama? Like, yes, the second male lead was there for her and supported her when she was sad and she was down, but so did the male lead, and he also understood her better, and they were able to connect on a deeper level, and he was there for everything that the second male lead was for, and then some. Yes, they had to break up because he went 30,000 miles away, but no, duh, and those feelings don't just go away just because he moved. So I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, y'all, sometimes I'm scared. I'm actually scared because apparently people will die on that hill and say that the female lead should have went with the second male lead. But like, I don't really think that would have worked. I think she was way more compatible with the actual male lead, which is why she actually even fell in love with him. Yes, they were both good people, but I think that at the end of the day, she should have went with the actual male lead. Long story short, I don't think she made a bad choice there. Mind you, wasn't the second male lead like an idol? Them K netizens be crazy. You actually think that their relationship would have thrived? Really? Really? Like, you can go over here and you can argue and say that he would have quit the entertainment industry for her after he got that bag for his mom. Yes, I guess you could argue that, but like at the same time, it's just like, whatever, let me not go into that. I'm talking about the general thing. Now you got me talking about one specific drama. Yes, y'all making me. You guys have a gun to my head. You guys are making me talk about True Beauty. But I feel like a lot of you guys are just blinded by second male lead syndrome. I think that's what it's called. So you guys always go for the second male lead and say that he was better for the female lead. Mind you, had the male lead and the second male lead switch characteristics, you guys would still go for the second male lead even though he acts exactly like the male lead, if that makes sense. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. If you guys haven't already clicked off this video, please don't. Please, please, please. Okay, this next opinion is more tame, and I put this in here on purpose so you guys wouldn't burn me at the stake. I feel like Love Next Door should have come out after the K-dramas all hopped onto the 12 episode season bandwagon. And I say that because the story was just dragging. Like, it really was dragging towards the end. Like, I feel like this is something that happens a lot in K-dramas when you compare them to C-dramas, where C-dramas can do this so much better. Like, C-dramas can actually incorporate multiple relationships, multivariable relationships, different dynamics within the story without gearing too much away from the main plot or main relationship. And they're able to actually incorporate it well within the drama so that it doesn't feel boring, or you don't feel like they're basically filler episodes in there, because it just all makes sense and connects. But I feel like when it came to Love Next Door, like whenever they moved to a different dynamic, it felt like I was watching a different show. For instance, for the male lead's parents, like their story was so in-depth that like that should have been a drama on its own. Most of the time it just took so much of the episode that main leads weren't even the main focus anymore. So I was just kind of scratching my head towards the end of it, like, what am I watching for real? Like, it was definitely dragging and it was actually hard to get through. They just threw in like different types of obstacles in the story that they just didn't need, just making it annoying for no reason. Okay, this next drama is about the judge from hell. I think this story actually did need romance. A lot of people were saying that they wish that there wasn't romance and it just kind of focused on the female lead and her like basically giving judgment out to people. And I don't think that kind of plot is bad. For instance, I watched The Girl from Nowhere. If you guys haven't watched that, it's like this really popular, I think, Thai drama that kind of did that, where there wasn't really romance in it. It was just the main lead pushing for like divine retribution, or I guess devilish retribution against all the people who've done wrong in that show. And that's kind of the same route this story would have gone down if there wasn't romance. However, I do think that this story needed romance, and here's why. The main character in The Judge from Hell has a very stubborn character. So like, she just does things the way that she wants to do it. She doesn't do other things unless there's like a strong force preventing her from actually doing what she wants to do. So had there been like no romance in the show, there would be no reason for her to deviate from the path that she was supposed to go. She would have just done everything she had to do, gave the judgment, and then gone back. There would have been no story. Y'all, I have somewhere to be and my camera keeps dying and I have just been rotating out these cameras. I'll put one battery in and then I'll put the other one in the charger, and then the moment that one dies, I bring that one back out here. They're tag teaming, okay? Back and forth, back and forth. I got somewhere to be, so these opinions, like, they're trying to silence me and I'm falling victim. I will be silenced. So I'm gonna rush through the rest of these. I was saying that her actually falling in love with the male lead is what pushed her to make the decisions that she made, which otherwise wouldn't have happened had she not fallen in love with him, since her character was so stubborn. And yes, I guess they could have made a story where it was more insinuated that she ended up loving humanity and humanity as a whole, which made her more human, but it just makes more sense that like she ended up falling in love with one specific person, which ended up triggering her human-like emotions, making her more human to everybody and having more empathy towards everybody because of this one trigger. It just makes more sense. So yes, I do feel like The Judge from Hell actually needed the romance. One thing we can agree on though is that that male lead was annoying. Real bad. Like, I hated him so much. Like, in the beginning he was so like annoying, and like he knew that she was a freaking demon, but he still kept on trying to get in her business. Like, I get that this is your job, but if it was me and I find out that I'm dealing with a demon on the scene, that's all yours. You can have that. Who am I to intervene with a demon killing somebody? He was so like stuck up about it too. Like, it was making me so mad. And then afterwards, I warned y'all, spoilers, and then afterwards when he decided that he actually wanted to be on her side, all of a sudden he switched up and he was like, no, we just have to do it. Like, you're hypocritical and self-centered. Like, I hope you know that's what you are. That's what you are to me. You're annoying. I don't think that's a controversial take. He was annoying as kind of wanted him to die, actually. Okay, this next drama that I'm going to talk about is the Atypical Family. My unpopular opinion here, which might actually not be too unpopular, but I think there's just like a spectrum on it. I'm on the more drastic spectrum where I think that the male lead in the Atypical Family did not have any character growth at all. Like, I'm talking zero. I genuinely feel like he's the exact same as he was in the beginning of the drama, at the end of the drama, but he just changed his muse. Like, he found a new purpose in life. I guess he did have like a tiny bit of character growth, but not enough to make up for his shortcomings from the fact that he neglected his daughter. And his daughter is a literal angel, because had it been me, we're fighting. It's on sight. Like, I don't want to see you in my life ever again. He's actually lucky she wasn't old enough to hold it against him enough, because had it been a couple more years, like, she would have held that grudge. But I think that he didn't actually change for the sake of his daughter. He changed for the sake of this new love that he found, which just so happened to trickle down to loving his daughter, because he found a new will to live in loving somebody else, when he should have found a new will to live for his daughter. Like, he literally left the daughter again. If you really think about it, he left the daughter again because he did that to go save the female lead from dying. When you knew you were gonna die, again, spoilers, he did eventually come back, but he didn't know he was gonna come back. So he actually died in order to save this girl instead of sticking around for his daughter, which he swears he wants to be in her life again. You get what I'm saying? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down, or do I sound crazy by saying this? I do not think that he changed for his daughter. I think he changed for his new lover, which is basically the same thing that happened in the beginning of the story, because the only thing that led him to keep on living in the beginning of the story was the fact that he fell in love with somebody. Once he realized that that chick didn't like him, or that like she died or something, or like she gave up on him, something like that. I can't remember which one he knew in the beginning and which one we found out later. When she was out of the picture, he completely lost his will to live. Then he found a new chick, and then he was just like, yay, we back in this bitch. And then he decided to sacrifice himself again for this new chick instead of trying to stick around for his daughter. You get what I'm saying? And she was so cute. I actually loved her like little romance story with the other guy in that show. That was so adorable. Like, if they made a little spin-off with just that, that would be like the cutest thing ever, because that was adorable. By the way, I love the soundtrack in that. Whoever made the soundtrack for The Atypical Family is a genius. That one is not a controversial opinion. They are a genius. I love that soundtrack down bad. It's so good, and it fits with the drama so well. My next maybe controversial opinion is that Kim Da-mi is an amazing actress. That's not the controversial part. Where I consider this being more controversial is the fact that she is such a good actress that I can't watch any of her stuff. Like, I hate her bad. It's bad. Like, she's a really good actress to me, but she plays characters that are so annoying, so morally wrong, skewed, and incorrect that I just want to punch them a couple times, you know, just a quick smack, smack, smack. The characters that she plays ignites an anger in me that just can't be subdued enough for me to get through the drama. And I'm talking even in Our Beloved Summer. Like, her character, her past characters made me come in already with a grudge for her. So every tiny little thing that she did made me even more mad. And so it didn't help that that drama was more of like a her healing on her own thing. Now all of a sudden your reasons aren't valid to me, even though in any other circumstance I would have been like, yeah, I understand. But because of the anger that I grabbed from all her other dramas before watching Our Beloved Summer, and the way that the male lead in Our Beloved Summer was just so cute, and he still got done dirty like that, like, I was so mad. I'm so mad. I was so mad, but love her as an actress, hate the character she plays. Ugh. Anyways, this last opinion, I'm not really sure if it's controversial or not, because it literally just came out, so. But I think that season 2 of Squid Games is actually really good, and I feel like you guys should watch it. I'm not going to spoil it because it just came out, unlike the other dramas that have been out for a while now. I actually feel like they did a really good job making a season 2. I thought that the season 2 was just going to be a cash grab because they saw that season 1 did really well, and so they were just trying to quickly make a season 2 or whatever so that they could just get some more money off of the popularity of the first season. But the second season was so nicely written that it felt like they had this planned out from the beginning. Like, if they had come out like right after each other, like, you wouldn't even question it, because that's how nicely it flowed. And the fact that they left it off perfectly for like a season 3 to like tie everything together. So, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a season 3 as well, because otherwise the story would be unfinished. It was great. But honestly, I should have known that it was gonna be good because my man Siwon was in it. I should have known it was gonna be good since he was in it. He's so diverse, and I love him down bad. Watch all of his dramas now. I had a few more controversial takes, but I just really can't fit them in because I have somewhere to be, and this camera is making me mad. So I'm just gonna wrap it up with that. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit the like button to let me know. If you dislike this video, go ahead and hit the like button because that means I did my job. I told you guys these opinions would be controversial, and if they are, that means I did my job, so you should hit the like button. If you agree with me, then you found solidarity with me, so you should hit the like button. Like, come on. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of these opinions, or if you have any controversial opinions, go ahead and comment those down below as well, because I'm very interested to read them to see if I agree with you or not. And if you guys made it into this point in this video, go ahead and let me know what you thought was my most controversial take. Or did you think that these were all tame? If so, then we really are besties, because come on now. Great minds think alike. If you're new here, I'm never wrong, so these aren't opinions, they're just facts. But with that being said, I love you guys so much. Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
There's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
How can you even say that, Dad?
Didn't like it.